Good morning everyone. Well, we're on the 30th of July. Look at these now, looking absolutely fantastic. These are from the gable end of my property. Somebody sent me a message how they're going on, because we're forever seeing the back ones round at the back of my house. These are the gable end ones. Someone asked if they've grown really big. Now these won't grow really big for a couple of reasons. First of all, I take cuttings off these, so these will never look absolutely fabulous, but they're not looking too bad, are they? They're not looking too shabby. And not only that, they're only in a certain size planter. You know, the bigger the planter, the bigger the plant. That's how it works, within reason. But we've got them all here. We've got the redheads, we've got the crimson golds, the ruby roads. What else we've got? We've got the trusty rusties, the Gardner Street. This is a fishnet stocking, what I've been mentioning. I've got another one somewhere as well. The more sun they get, the darker they get. Some people love them, some people don't. Bit of a Marmite sort of plant. But yeah, really different colours plant. There's another one there. So yeah, really weird markings. Yeah, so I will have a few of these in next week or so. They are the fishnet stocking. Oh, there's one there, look. That's one that hasn't had as much light, and I do prefer them sort of like that. So yeah, they're the fishnet stockings. So yeah, they're all doing fantastic. But yeah, though, these will never grow really big, just simply because I haven't got the room either. Those what's been to my property, you've seen how big my garden is. You know, if I did have room, I would have them all in that size planter. Now I brought this here for a reason. If you remember the picture where there's them 4 big planters. Now these are all my coleus plants I have for sale, all different varieties. All those what I've just shown you are all here. There's some were out a minute ago, and all it's just gone in as I've started videoing, but never mind. So they're all here, absolutely stunning. One for £3, 2 for £5. I always harden them off as well. I had another question about that. They all get hardened off. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, they're 1 for £3, 2 for £5 here at Mark's Coleus Plants. Right, I'll just go back to what I was saying. Yeah, so obviously if you buy one of these, this is a big planter. You know, about 3 of them would do in there. But once your plant gets a bit more mature, say like that big, one plant can go into that planter, and that will fill that planter. I've done videos of this from last year. So something like that would go in there and it'd fill the lot. Just one plant. That's what I used to advertise. Can you remember those 4 big planters? And it's same with one of these. You could put, I don't know, say like this one in, because these will only grow so big in these size pots. But that could go in there and that would fill the lot as well. This is the marble one, by the way. Absolutely stunning. I've got plenty of those as well. So yeah, don't be putting too smaller size plants in a big planter like that. You know, they need to be a little bit more about them before they go just one plant. Yeah, you can put 2 or 3 of those in there. They'll do absolutely fantastic. But a bit more mature, and you can just put one plant in that big planter. And it is a big one, about 18 inch, something like that. So yeah, always let them get a little bit more mature before you put in the big planters. But yeah, other than that, everything's going absolutely beautiful. And these are looking better than last year, to be honest, especially when I've took lots of cuttings off these. You know, I was a bit ashamed of showing last year because they all looked a little bit you know, well, half a plant basically. But now, you know, they've grown that well this year. Done really well. Absolutely beautiful. Again, I sell them all, you know, in small pots. 1 for £3, 2 for £5. Every one here is here. They're all here. 1 for £3, 2 for £5. All a decent size now as well. And I've got plenty more. There's a Ruby Road. There's a redhead. There's a marble one. And there's a few extra as well. There's another ruby road. A crimson gold. There's a crimson gold. You can see the size. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so they're all here. Just drop me a message for availability. I do have lots. There's a different one there, look. There's a space cake. There's a Vulcan. Yeah, they're all a decent size, if you can see there. Okay everyone, so yeah, it's just an update. Yeah, all these would have been bigger if I had big planters like this, and if I had room in my little garden. So, but they're all doing absolutely brilliant. There's a Vulcan there. Again, these would have been about this big in a big planter. Absolutely stunning. And whilst we're here, we might as well have a look at the hanging basket. It seems to be growing every day. I'm sure it's leaning my shed to one side. It's like flipping Jack and the Beanstalk. It's getting huge, isn't it? Look at that. That's brilliant. It's even surprised me, to be honest, because it's the first year I've put one in a hanging basket. Yeah, I'm sure this shed's leaning. My goodness. But yeah, it looks fantastic. Everything's growing beautiful. Okay everyone, well have a lovely day. And guess what? I'll catch you later.